Hello and welcome to another video which is going to be down on the beach shore fishing. Now I thought I'd do my intro in here today because I think we might have a few wind issues with the mic today, so best to do it in here. Today we're going to be fishing down at the View Cinema down near 5 Bar Gate in, I don't think it's quite as far as Rossall in Cleveleys, I'm going to say, if any of you guys have fished down there. And the main target for me is going to be cod. Because a lot of codling have started coming out on the fyldecoast right now, and I'd really like to get some because I didn't do very well on cod at all last year. I don't think anybody did. Fishing with a couple of other guys, two other anglers, Eddie and Bill, and they're a lot better at it than me, so hopefully if I don't catch anything they will. Shore fishing is something that I tend to underperform at, I think, compared to other fishing. Other people seem to outfish me quite a lot, so again I'm just keen to put another session in and just learn a bit more because it is still something I'm kind of a beginner at, but it would be nice to pick up a cod or a ray. So we'll get fishing now. I'll film as much as I can without a wind mic, and hopefully we'll still be able to put a video together for you and have a nice session. Let's get down there. Not sure how this audio is going to turn out, but the first rig is just going to be a simple 2-hook flapper with a 3-ounce lead, and I'm just going to flick that just in there where that run's starting to come through, just by this groin, and then the other one will absolutely send out as far as we can. This is one of the reasons why it pays to turn up a bit earlier and watch the tide come in. Because we'd done this, we could tell the water just to the right of this groin was a bit deeper, as it's where the water pushed in first. For this reason, it made a good place to position that first bait, as any fish pushing up with that tide will find themselves following the water in through the same route. Just got a 1-hook flapper on there, but with a bigger hook. Sorry, I can tell this wind is going to be bad on the mic. And that's a bigger hook, and that's the rod I would love to get a cod on. I mean, cod fall all the time to 2-hook flappers, but hopefully that'll pick them up. And then the smaller rod might pick up some smaller flatfish and stuff. And I'm going to absolutely send this one as far as I can, right out there. Obviously it goes without saying, but before the tide's coming up to the wall, you will get people walking under the lines, down on the beach, so it is worth checking around you to make sure you don't hit someone on the cast. This rod I cast as far as I could straight out onto that sandbar in front of me. As the flood got going, a few bites started to come, and the first fish caught was this small flounder for Eddie, followed by a juvenile plaice for Bill. Flatfish seem to be the predominant fish showing here at the moment, but it gave us hope of some further action. I've swapped this rig over to a much smaller hook Wessex rig as opposed to the 2-hook flapper that I was on earlier, just because I keep missing bites really, and I'm not sure if it's a rig because I have missed a lot on that rig, so we'll try a slightly different one. Well, there's my first fish of the session. I don't think it's going to be hard to beat that, but it is at least a blank saver, so I'm happy with that. I'll give you a sense of scope. One sec. That's how big that fish is. So it's pretty small, but it is a blank saver. So that tiny whiting actually came on the pennel rig rather than the 2-hook flapper. Bill then pulled a second place out, which was a bit larger than the first one, but still an immature fish. Well, I'm afraid that's it, guys. I'm not going to pretend that was the best session we've ever had. Myself and Eddie only managed to save the bank with one fish. Unfortunately, they weren't the biggest fish. But what can you do? That's fishing sometimes, and it has been a beautiful day to get out on the beach. So I'm not complaining. And respect to the cod, you've got to put the hours in and put the sessions in if you want to get a fish. So this is one time it's not come off, but we have put that time in and we have got a session in. So not to worry. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.